Hi, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to our Urban Sustainability Symposium, featuring the projects of the International Urbanization Seminar. We're so pleased to have you here today to celebrate the students and their hard work in the seminar. My name is Deland and I'm a lecturer in the program on Urban Studies at Stanford. I was very fortunate to co-teach this class with a stellar group of co-instructors, and I would like to recognize a few members of the teaching team who are here with us today. Kevin Su, a lecturer in Urban Studies at Stanford, as well as Zhiyong Fu, Associate Professor in the Department of Information, Art, and Design. Professor Fu comes from our partner institution, Tsinghua University in Beijing. So the purpose of today's event is for the students to share their reflections and their student work as a result of the seminar. Before we turn the stage over to them, we would like to introduce the course to those of you who are joining us for the first time today. So to start, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Kevin Su.
Hi everyone. So as you know, this class is focused on sustainability. And if we care about sustainable development and the fate of what happens to this planet, then cities are a very important issue to pay attention to. By mid-century, 6 billion out of a population of 9 billion projected people will be living in urban areas. And these cities will be engines of economic growth, but they are also going to be putting a lot of pressure on limited water, energy, and land resources. Furthermore, cities are going to be major producers of pollution. UN Habitat estimates that already today, urban areas are responsible for up to 70% of global carbon emissions. And precisely because they are the center of so much human activity, that also means that they're a site for great change. And in fact, a lot of this urban growth is happening in the developing world, which is why this particular course takes an international approach to the investigation of cities. One area where cities are growing the fastest is in China. By 2030, something like 250 million new people will be added to cities, and that's going to be through both migration as well as increase in population within the cities themselves. And that is an opportunity for developments in a positive way or potentially in a less than positive way. And so that's why for this particular course we're focusing in on looking at the Chinese context of urbanization. But we also take something more comparative, because we want to equip students with the set of tools that will allow them to observe and analyze cities anywhere. And that means we first start at home, because we want students to understand our own context of urbanization here in the United States before we go off and critique other countries. And so the broad range of skills and ways and lenses of analyzing these particular issues that students are trained in this class, we apply both to the United States as well as to China. And these are both the world's largest economies, but also the two biggest emitters of greenhouse gases.
A key component of the class is cross-cultural collaboration. Throughout the quarter, Stanford students in the seminar work side by side with Tsinghua University students and our NGO partner, Clean Air Asia. So what you see today is really the product of both Tsinghua and Stanford students after weeks of collaborating over teleconference, email, and mobile apps. Together, these teams work to develop the scope of the project and pool in their strengths and interdisciplinary backgrounds to produce the final deliverable. We're actually very excited to take some of our students to Beijing this summer, where they'll be able to experience firsthand the city that they have been studying and reading about for the past 10 weeks. We will also invite a few new students on the trip and to enroll in our seminar in the fall. The idea is to allow these students to provide continuity and long-term sustainability for the projects. The application for the autumn 2014 class is currently open and available on our website.
So one important element of the class that we wanted to introduce is, what do we mean by sustainability? How do we really define this concept? And we really tried to take a broad approach to what sustainability means in an urban context. This shows what we called the 4 pillars of sustainability. So first of all, of course, environmental sustainability, what we traditionally think of as ecosystems, water, species, all of this is wrapped up in the idea of environmental sustainability. An equally important part of what makes a city dynamic is its economy. So we really saw economic vitality as another pillar of what makes for a livable and thriving city. A third element that we thought was quite important for our definition of a sustainable city and sustainability, perhaps more broadly then, is social equity. Where do the gains accrue when we improve a city's city setting, and also who are the people paying the price when urban environments change and when development happens? And finally, we felt that cultural continuity was an important pillar of sustainability, because we all come from somewhere. We all have background, we have heritage, we have traditions, and this idea of traditions in the past really can inform what we do in the present. And so the idea of balancing both the past and the future is the fourth pillar of sustainability for our class.
Finally, we would like to express our gratitude and appreciation for everyone who has supported this seminar. This initiative would have not been possible without our host departments, the Program of Urban Studies, Earth Systems, and International Policy Studies, as well as Stanford Global Studies and the Urban Beyond Measure initiative, which allowed us to put together this symposium as well as invite our collaborator. The Haas Center for Public Service for supporting the service learning projects of the students. RES program for making possible our experiential learning trip to Beijing this coming summer. And as well as the iPads for Learning project and the Graduate School of Business for allowing us to make use of technology and the highly immersive classroom for pedagogical purposes. So with that, we'd like to turn it over to the first student group. If we could please have Wukong come up.